Alright, what's up guys? It's Pokemon here. So today we're gonna start piloting this video feed. It's gonna be the first video of I guess a long series we're gonna be running here. So I guess the biggest question we've been having a lot is with the recent PSA price hikes, how are we gonna send out our cards for grading? And I have a few cards in front of me that I want to send out for grading. But don't know whether or not to go CGC or PSA. Probably not going to do too much Beckett because kind of out of the price range. And yeah, so let's just get started. I've pretty much already split up, these cards into 3 different piles of what we're going to be sending out. And these are cards we're not sending out. These are just a bunch of, I guess, like V's, Ultras, nothing too crazy really. So we'll set that off to the side. And then these are cards. So let's see here. Okay, so these are the cards I've kind of determined that I want to send out to PSA. So we have a Hypno, pretty like good condition. I honestly think this Hypno could get a 10. It could get a 10. This is why I'm sending it to. Like, there's nothing wrong in any of the corners. Centering's pretty good. There is some edge wear, so probably get a 9. But yeah, so that's PSA. Just because, like, so essentially I've kind of split up all the vintage cards to PSA and a lot more of the modern stuff. I think I'm gonna go CGC route. So this is a Ho-Oh. I think these Secret Wonders cards have a lot of potential, and they have like full hollow bleed. I don't know if you can see that on there. You can barely see it, but there's a little bit of hollow bleed. So this one, very good condition as well. Probably get a 9 if I'm lucky. Another Gengar. I think it's from like Legend Makers or something. Yeah, pretty sweet card. So PSA. This one I want to do PSA just because there's like this thing on the edge. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, yeah, you can pretty see it on the corner. But yeah, I think that's gonna hold it back from getting like, and the centering is really off. And I just want to see this in the PSA slab. Honestly, it's like this is probably one of my favorite cards ever made. Yeah, it's super sick. So again, the PSA. And then this Clefable, very good condition. Centering's a little bit off, but there is some edge wear, so maybe like an 8. See, I think like this, like a CGC, like no one gives a hoot about like a CGC 7.5 Clefable. You know what I mean? So a PSA 8 Clefable, it's worth keeping, worth getting, I guess. Same thing, Vaporeon. Got our Ninetales. This Ninetales is very crispy. There's almost nothing wrong with it. Actually, there's some corner wear. My bad. So probably like a PSA 8. See, that's what I'm saying is like, it's honestly going to be a CGC 7.5 or a PSA 8. And, you'd much rather get the PSA 8, especially on these vintage cards. So this Articuno, very good condition. Some edge wear though, so probably 7 or 8, probably 7. This Charizard and breaks in. I think this one, I just want to do PSA because it's a Charizard. Just trying to get the most value out of it, and the centering is really on point. So I think this could get a shot at a 10. So, and boom, straight to sleeve. Nothing really, I don't really see too much wrong on it. Let's keep going. So we have our Aerodactyl, really good condition. Dark Alakazam. So yeah, it's a lot of this, vintage stuff. Magmortar level X, Lucario level X. Got a two Venusaurs. Blastoise, pretty good condition. I think it's lightly played, so probably like a 6 or 7. Hopefully 7. Ampharos first edition, not too shabby. I have some heavy hitters coming up. So this Ampharos first edition Neo Genesis, pretty sweet. Honestly, like, there's nothing wrong with the corners. It's pack fresh. So I'm hoping it can get a 9. I don't see any print lines on it either. And then we got the Venusaur from Expedition. This card is also very minty. Not like a couple white nicks on the corners there, so maybe get a 9. That'd be sweet. I'd be happy with a 9 on any of these cards, honestly. I'm not expecting any 10s. This Dragonite is very crispy. Almost no edge wear, or corner wear, solid centering. The only thing is this like fading, I guess, on the edges. So it's gonna take it back. Maybe even get an 8. But it's first edition Dragonite, so that's pretty sweet. Corners are very good. So hoping for a 9, probably get an 8 or a 7. But we'll see how much they take off for that. I've got a first edition Snorlax. Has some edge wear, so expecting, an 8. Dark Magneton first edition. This one, it's in very good condition. It's just, I don't think Magnetons ever get 10s, even though this thing is like pack fresh. Got a Mew, I think also from Secret Wonders, so this is a sleeper. Might want to check that card out. It's pretty sweet. And then a Blastoise, also from Secret Wonders. So, yeah, these are pretty cool cards. I mean, they're more of the vintage stuff, not really too modern. I think anything modern is like 2015 and on, maybe 2014 and on, kind of XY era. I think black and white is kind of not modern, not vintage, but semi-vintage. So then we're gonna move on to cards that we're gonna probably send to CGC. So I've split this up into like 3 different piles. So these are cards we're gonna send to CGC, but these are cards that I'm not gonna get subgrades for. I just don't think it's worth it. No one really cares too much about a Careless. That's why there might be like some collectors out there that are trying to complete their Shining Fate stuff. So we got Careless. So these are just gonna be regular bulk rows. I'm putting Gyarados in here and you'll notice that I put a lot of like blue cards in here or water type because I think those cards look really good in the CGC slab. At least that's what I know. I saw some guy post. I saw some guy post a shiny Lucario in a shiny Lucario in CGC slab, and it just looked really nice. So sending this Gyarados, no subgrades though. Probably get a 9 hopefully. These tag team cards are pretty cool. They're just not like PSA worthy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna send these $20 each. Maybe $9, $8 each. Yeah, sure, but not 20. Leon, Alakazam V, Channeler, Mew Reverse. See, this Hound Reveal looks sweet in the CGC slab, I think. Salamence VMAX, Sceptile EX, Oricorio GX Rainbow, Leafeon, and Sylveon. So, you're seeing these cards in bulk. It's really much like a value play. So now, these are cards that I'm going to send in all with subgrades because I think they deserve it, and it's worth the money. So, and then it also gets split up, I would say, into cards that I'm going to express. So let's do cards that I'm going to do. These are cards I'm not going to express, but I will get the subgrades. So we got Alistair Rainbow Rare, Pokemon Center Lady, Obel, Bea, Jirachi, Raikou, a bunch of amazing rares and Vivid Voltage cards. This card looks sick in the CGC slab, I think. Mewtwo EX, same thing with the Mega Blastoise EX. This is Determination, same thing. Blastoise EX, Venusaur. So, getting all 3 of these in CGC slabs would be cool. I mean, I already sent these cards to PSA. Like I have the same trio that are at PSA right now, so might as well get the CGC, and this will look cool, I think, too. Alright, and then Well, actually, so these are also more cards I'm gonna send, but I won't send these express. These are all with subgrades, so these are cards that I think are worthy of getting the subgrades. You know, Shining Fate's new stuff. So, and these are Hidden Fates cards. I was thinking about sending these 3 to PSA because I know PSA is a lot more relevant with Hidden Fates. So, we'll still think about that. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I'm not an expert by any means. Like, I've only sent cards a few times to PSA, and I've only sent once to CGC. So, you know, I'm not really an expert in this field. I just think like, want to look cool, what's worth it, along those lines. So Pikachu from the cereal box. So, you know, $9 to get it graded. But this thing with the subgrades, I think, is worth. Charizard with the subgrades for sure. Ball Guy and Reshiram. So all these amazing rares with the subgrades, I think, are worth. And then these are cards that I'm gonna send express. And I'm basically just gonna like send them express, so that way, like, sorry, I just keep saying like a lot, but cards that I'm gonna send express because I think that, you know, if I get some cards that are sent express, then hopefully they'll like open my box up earlier. I've heard some people say that, so I'll send in at least like 5 cards express. So the Skylar with the subgrades and express, I think it's worth it. I don't think this will get a, you know, pristine 10, but I think it has a solid chance at a 9.5. I think the centering will probably get a 9, and then hopefully everything else, you know, puts it at a 10 or a 9.5, and we walk out with a 9.5, which isn't too bad. The Jesse and James, same thing, probably a 9, 9.5. This Crobat VMAX and the Dragon Ball VMAX are just so epic. Really cool cards. So hopefully, I'm not sending in the Crobat V from the box because there was a lot of edge wear on it. So, but these guys look sweet, especially the Dragon Ball VMAX will look cool in a CGC slab. And then the Charizard X, Charizard EX, I think I'm gonna send that in with some subgrades and also express at least 5. You know, and also, last thing before we go, we got a little package here. Let's see what we got. Here's one of the things I got in the mail recently. So, there's a lot of tape on it, so I gotta open it up. Oh wow, not even in the top letter. So, this card is, a Feraligatr reverse holo from Expedition. So it's in pretty good condition. I really like the artwork for the Feraligatr, so that's pretty sweet. So yeah, we'll think about sending this card and get graded. And yeah, probably CGC. Well, I don't think it'll do that well with PSA, but yeah. So that's gonna be it for me today. Let me know what you guys think. Any recommendations? It's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Take care, guys.